What's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Hurricane, and welcome back to the Parker Patterson Road to the Show, my shortstop in the Dodgers organization, 22 games into his first year. And despite some astronomical numbers after the first advancement goal period, Parker was not called up to AAA, and so it'll be at least one more session. We're in the middle of a series against Jackson. Already took 3 games in this series, and in the third game of the series, Parker took the day off, did not play. So we're gonna get into the first inning, down by 6 already. Jackson's come out on fire, although Parker, you know how he's been this year, batting almost 500 in the first month of the season. It's been crazy. I've talked about changing the difficulty, and the one thing is, I was terrible last year on veteran. They made it too easy this year, and now I'm batting with over double the average I batted with my Road to the Show from MLB 12. As you sent me third base, coach, it's your fault, not Parker's fault. So we do chip into the lead a little bit, bottom of the second. Now it's 9-4, plenty of action in the first inning, and then Parker goes opposite field. You guys know where the hits come if you've been watching this series. A lot of opposite field hits, especially in the gaps. And this game would end with the Generals taking it 12-5. It definitely cooled off after the first 2 innings, and we lost the first game of that set. So here's the final game of the series. Already have the victory, and off the ankle leg, I don't know what it was of the pitcher, and the first baseman for some reason decides that he's going to run as far away from first base as possible. And I don't know, I really don't know what he was doing there. But then a perfect hit and run combined with an error is going to bring Parker Patterson all the way around from first base to score as the Chattanooga Lookouts tack on a run. It's 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Definitely a lot less action than the previous game. And so an 0-2 count now for Parker Patterson, and I stare at the curveball up in the zone. Should have drove that one to the right center gap, but I looked at it and struck out. 0-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning, and I'm swinging that changeup out of the zone. And I haven't struck out very much in this series, but I want to show you guys anything that's important. That was a 1-for-4 game, and I hadn't struck out in a while, so I showed those 2. I want to give you guys a better understanding of what is happening. As now we enter a series against Birmingham. We have a little road trip here in Alabama. We'll play Birmingham and Mobile right after this. And here's the opposite field extra base hit again for Parker. But like I said before, I want to give you guys an idea of really how this season is going. The ups, the downs, all the streaks, whatever's going on. And so what I'm doing now is I'm also writing down who's winning each game of the series and what Parker has hit in each one. And then I can recap the series and let you guys know basically what happened. It's a good way of keeping you guys up to date. For example, on that 5-game series against Jackson, where Parker played 4 of the games, he hit 8 for 18, and the team went 4-1. And obviously, fielding is the main issue right now. Fielding, I knew it was going to be a goal coming into this next advancement goal period, and we have to have 95% fielding percentage, which is pretty generous, I think. It gives you some room for error, but not as many as Parker's having. He's around like 90% right now. He's got to pull it up big time. That's one of the attributes I'm really hitting on. And speaking of hitting on, that's going to go over the right fielder's head. And here come in the ribbies for Parker Patterson, as it'll be 2nd and 3rd as 2 runs come in to score. That was Parker's 2nd double on the day. Finished with 4 more RBIs, batting just a ridiculous .479. Chattanooga won that game, and then Parker sat the next day, which was a loss. And now a hit to opposite field. This one's gonna find the right center gap once again. That's just my hot spot. I hit so many hits to there, and 2's not gonna be enough. We're gonna get the first triple for Parker Patterson into 3rd, standing, almost actually tripping. And so we got a run out of that. 2-1 now. And with a man on base, there's a lefty pitch, and once again, that right center gap. Last year I was an early hitter. I would pull too many pitches down left field line, and I wasn't very patient. I would swing too quickly, and now I really settled down, but then again, veterans being a lot easier, so I don't even know what the hell I've gotten better at. And the fielding, though, it's improving. Less errors, it means you're improving, I think. I forget what the attributes at, but here's a deep hit by Parker Patterson. How deep's it gonna go? Oh, not that deep. The camera angle screws you there and makes you think it's gonna be out of the park. But 5-4 now, top of the 9th inning. Trying to stay alive. That pitch is gonna go inside. Good layoff. Another 2-1 pitch could get in a very favorable count, but instead we'll hit a hit to left field. That's a single past shortstop, and that's gonna be 1 man on now as we could take the lead. 3-2 and 2 outs. Parker takes off. Base hit up the middle, and Parker rounds 2 and goes for 3. The tying run now 90 feet away from home. And now can they be driven in? There's no room for error. 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. This is going to be a base hit to the right side as Parker scores the tying run. The save is blown, and Parker now is a home run shy of the cycle. And he has an opportunity. Runners at the corners. This pitch is hit to right field, well into foul territory. It'll be 0-2 as Parker looks to get Chattanooga the lead. The 0-2 pitch and a fly ball to deep left field. Going back to the track, and it's gone! Parker Patterson has hit for the cycle, and he finishes it off with a 3-run home run in extra innings to give Chattanooga a 3-run lead. He had the tying run and now finishes the cycle in dramatic fashion, as that's a 354-foot shot. Didn't make it by much, but it reached the second row of seats, and Parker's hit for the cycle in Double-A. Come on, this guy does not belong in Double-A. Bump him up to Triple-A at least, or trade him to somewhere else. Let's move on now. We've taken 2 of 3 in this series so far, but it's obviously a 5-game set. And now, this is going to be a hit for Parker Patterson again. And the run is going to come home. More of the same for Parker Patterson. Bottom 7 now. A lefty at the plate, and Parker Patterson. Nice throw onto first base, and that's going to retire the side. And let's jump ahead. Bottom of the 11th inning. 7-7. One man on third base. Ground ball to Parker Patterson. And I don't know what happened here. I thought I could like sprint and throw at the same time, and the game didn't want to cooperate with me, so I got the throw off too late. And I'm not sure if it would have been in time anyway, as that's going to be a game-winning walk-off single for Birmingham, tying the series up at 2 apiece. And following that game, it was time to make a change. Veteran hitting no more. We're bumping it up to all-star, as batting in the high 450s, whatever it is just simply ridiculous. So let's go and finish off the final game against the Birmingham Barons. This was my first at-bat on All-Star on Road to the Show, and this is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Looks like a Flash Jackson hit, but I don't want it to be like Flash Jackson. That was a nightmare last year. Let's go top of the second. Base is loaded, and oh, that's a nicely spotted curveball on the inside corner. Now 1-2, sit on the breaking ball and drive it to left center, and this time it's a double to the opposite gap that Parker likes to hit it to, and it's going to bring in 3 runs. The bases are cleared. 3-0 lead for Chattanooga. Let's go bottom of 3, a little defense. You're trying to turn 2 second baseman. What the hell was that? That wasn't even close, man. Chattanooga would win the game 5-1 as Parker goes 2 for 5 in his all-star difficulty debut, and we have 1 week to get that fielding percentage up just a little bit, and we'll finish this episode with 5-game series against the Mobile Bay Bears. And I'm setting the over-under at 19 for the amount of comments that will be regarding my pronunciation of Mobile. I don't know how you want me to say it. Bottom of the 4th inning, I'm going to hit a single to right field. That'll shut him up. Still no score in this game as Parker Patterson reaches first base. And does the third base coach even give you signs anymore? I haven't seen a single sign in this game. But I steal anyway, over on the bay, you can get away with all of it because the throw to second base was well off the mark. So, bottom 6, still no score, still nothing. And it's a 3-0 count for Parker. I will never swing at a 3-0 pitch. And so I'll take the strike up high, and the count has worked to 3-2. And oh, that is close, but I'll take it. Ball 4, go to first base, Mr. Parker Patterson. Now runners at the corners. And this is going to be a base hit over the second baseman's head into the right center gap as Parker flies around second. You're going to tell me to go home? Alright, I'll look back this time because I don't trust you. You've already got me screwed like twice, and Parker will score. It was pretty easy. Let's go bottom of the 7th inning now with a 2-2 count and 2 outs, and this is a moonshot to center field. That would make the score 6-1 Chattanooga, but we managed to lose it anyway. Mobile came back and won 9-8, so we lose game 1 in the series. And now let's move on as Parker has a pinch hitting performance, and he has a pretty long hit streak going too. I forgot what it was. I think it's around 20 or 25 games, to be honest. I should have been talking about it, but I haven't. This is going to be a hit to right center, and this one will fall past the center fielder. Hitting streak still alive. Ground rule double. That's the way we do it. But wait a minute. E8. The dude just missed the ball. They call it a double right here. Robbed. So that's the way the hitting streak ends, as Chattanooga also lost that game, so we're already down 2 games in this series, as Parker Patterson rips a single to center field. He's looking for 2, though. This will probably be another E8, won't it? Or it'll be actually be a single, and he reaches second on an error. That's what it should be. But let's go to the top of the 4th inning now. Some defense again with 2 outs. Parker Patterson on the first base. With a hop, he gets it there and retires the side. Fielding percentage is getting a little bit better. And so now, Bottom of the 9th inning, down by 5. You could get a grand slam here, but oh my goodness, another error. They're just coming in droves now as a run comes in on the error, and now down by 4. Juan Uribe has ended the game. Walk-off grand slam. Juan Uribe in Double-A. I'm not exactly sure why, but he's been rocking pitchers, and it's awesome having him bat right after Parker Patterson because usually it's the idiots that always strike out. Or at least it was that way for Flash Jackson. Let's go to the next game, to the final game in the series. Parker Patterson, deep left field. Not quite. I'm going to end the episode with a little tease there. Parker went 0 for 4. His first 0 for, not being an 0 for 1 in quite a while, so Chattanooga lost that series 2-3, and Parker hit 4 for 15, so not as good as on Veteran as you would expect. Gotta be more patient and stuff, but still having a lot of fun, guys. Next up, we're going to play Pensacola. We're going to travel to Florida as we try to finish off this advancement goal period and get that number up to 95%. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comment section. I'll see you next time.